Today we're going to be talking about OEL Structure Wear. Our base layer clothing designed to manage your body temperature throughout the day. We're going to keep you not too hot, not too cold, just right. Now most of you have been exposed to this product line. The underlying questions we're getting asked every single day: how does this compare with the wicking clothing like Under Armour? I'm going to show you a simple technique that I use to help people understand the significant differences between us and the other guys. The guys who handle moisture removal, moisture management. Alright? What makes OEL different? With the other guys, as you start performing activity, as you're working in a hot environment, your body temperature starts to rise. At this point here, you become uncomfortable, you start to sweat, hydration issues start to kick in. That's where you receive the benefits of their clothing. It pulls water off the body. It removes sweat. Moisture management. But in order for you to receive the benefits of their clothing, you had to be too hot, you had to be producing sweat, you had to be uncomfortable. Alright? If you were to step outside and it's cold, your body temperature starts to drop, you move into the cold range, you're wet, you're uncomfortable, you start getting chilled. Their clothing does nothing for this range of the spectrum. Alright? So again, the only benefits received are when you are here. With OEL Structure Wear, powered by Outlast, technology taken from the space program, from NASA. As your body temperature starts to rise, we absorb the heat, bringing your temperature back down. As we're absorbing the heat, we're turning from a solid to a liquid. Alright? So our clothing is called proactive. We're proactively removing the heat from the body. When you remove heat from the body, you're not producing sweat, you're not uncomfortable, you do not have the odor issues, you do not have the hydration issues. Our objective is to keep you here, not allowing you move to here. At some point, you might move to here based on extended physical activity for a long period of time. You might get a little wet. We have the moisture management. We will pull it away. But we're going to have 40% less sweat. We're going to keep you here. The big difference between our clothing and anybody else's on the market: if you were to step outside in that cold environment, this material here, it's been liquefied. It absorbed the heat. As you move to this range, it's going to start to turn to a solid. What did it absorb to get to a liquefied state? Heat. What's it giving back to you now as it converts from the liquid back to a solid? It's giving you back heat. It's bringing you back into this zone here. Alright? The other guys do nothing but support you when you're at your worst. Sweaty, hot, uncomfortable. We're keeping you here, and when you get into a cold environment, we're not allowing you to move here. We're keeping you right here. That is the big difference between us and them. Alright? We're keeping you in the just right range by absorbing heat and releasing heat. And this clothing can do this all day long. Absorb it, release it. Absorb it, release it. Alright? There isn't anything else like that out there in the market. You have got to understand this simple concept. Heat management. Proactive clothing. Now yesterday we were sitting in a meeting and two guys sitting across from me. One of them cannot get cool. He's always hot. Had malaria twice. He cannot get cold. The other gentleman has had hypothermia several times. Doesn't have any feeling in his hands. He's always cold. They tried the clothing. For the one gentleman, the clothing immediately cooled him down. We took him from here and we brought him to here. Called it a miracle fabric. My gosh, she said, I'm starting to feel cool. The other gentleman's always cold. The clothing, reacting with him, started releasing heat, bringing him over here. So two gentlemen sitting in the same room had a completely different reaction. One was cooling him down, the other one was warming him up. So what this says is everybody's microclimate is different. The clothing reacts to your microclimate. Once you understand this, anybody who says, well, what's the difference between you and the other guy who's got moisture management? You will say, proactive heat management. We keep you in the range. Now I take this marketing piece everywhere I go and I use this. People get it. People get it. Alright? I take the vials with me everywhere I go. I have one liquid, one solid. It's the same material. If I let this sit for 15 minutes in this room, it's going to be this again. And if I hold this for 15 minutes, I'll turn it into this. Alright? So all day long. Now let's talk about skiing real quick. I'm going to use skiing as an example. You step out of your car, you're here. We're going to bring you here. We're going to release heat. You're going to stand around before you get up on the slopes. It's cold. We're going to keep you feeling good. Now you get up on the slope. You start working your way down that slope. You're expending energy. You're getting hot. We're absorbing the heat. We're going to keep you cooler. We're going to keep you comfortable. All right? Get down to the bottom of the hill. You might have turned this into a complete liquid. We might have absorbed all that heat from you. Now while you go to get on the chairlift, you're standing in line. We're releasing that heat back. We're turning that shirt back into this solid. We're keeping you comfortable. Alright? So by the time you get off the chairlift, you're nice and warm. Whereas the reverse effect would be you normally are sweaty once you're done with the run, cold going back up on the lifts. We're going to give you the reverse effect. Now imagine that all day long for every physical activity you do. Alright? We're bringing you to the center. That's what OEL's Structure Wear powered by Outlast does. You've got to be able to understand this simple concept. And when anybody asks, well, how are you different than the moisture management guys? Use this chart. It's a simple thing. Here they are. We're here. Reactive, proactive. Can do nothing for you over here. We work both sides. And oh, by the way, our price is equal to or less than their simple little world here. And we also have odor management and we have the moisture management if needed. By popular demand, and Lord knows by thousands of requests, shortly we will be introducing our long sleeve version of the t-shirt. Everybody's asking, do we have a long sleeve version? This is the prototype. We love it. It fits great. It wears great. We will be releasing this within the next 3 to 4 months. This will be out before summer. So look for this on our website. We'll start taking pre-orders shortly. Get them in if you want the long sleeve version. All right? At some point, people are going to be looking for underwear versus long johns. This is our boxer shorts version of OEL Structure Wear powered by Outlast. We finalized the cut, we finalized the look, they feel great, they'll be out shortly. Just think you can start doing physical activity wearing a pair of boxer shorts and not worrying about getting moisture in areas that we as gentlemen don't particularly like to have moisture build up. This will take care of all that, and these will be out shortly. I know this looks like a diaper, but this is actually a do-rag. Imagine if you ride a motorcycle, if you have to wear a hard hat throughout the day, if you're a welder, if you go to work out, if you play sports, this do-rag will be great. Think about it. You can have a t-shirt on, you can have the long pants, you can have the underwear. You will also now be able to cover your head. The more coverage we give, the more comfortable you'll feel. And with this do-rag, regardless of what you got on your head, we will control the heat being radiated off the head. As we continue to build and grow this market, we will be introducing colors, new styles, FR versions. We have a whole host of products coming out. Socks will be available here shortly. Keep visiting the OEL website. Keep visiting OELStructurewear.com. Keep looking for new products, announcements, training videos. We will support you any way we can. This will be the hottest product moving. It is blowing up right now as we speak. We've got a new shipment in. We've got plenty for you to wear, for you to give to customers, for you to try. Get it, try it, you will love it. Let's get it going today in your market.